How many of you are sitting down with your children and making them do an hour of maths in a day, and they're 10 years old, and you didn't even do an hour of maths when you're in high school? It's wrong. It's wrong. Your children don't need an hour of maths, they need it every day. They need to be taught about him, and they need to learn how to, their characters need to be transformed into his image. That's why this, followed by Konos living, which is like a lifestyle of training character and practicing character. This accompanies this, obviously. Followed by language and math to make sure numeracy and literacy is in place. And then we've just got the little added bonus of having a fantastic curriculum written by a scientist who takes the children on a journey through creation, the 7 days of creation, and all the science within that. And it's not a student book to sit on their own. Okay, now have you done your chemistry today, Johnny? You know? Have you done your lesson and filled in your book? Put it away now. Done that? That's Johnny doing it on his own. It's not that. It's mom sitting down with the children, and she's reading this to them, and they go to the kitchen and they do this activity together, and they're discovering creation and God through science. So it's an extension to the Word of God. It's an extension to the Word of God, written by a man that has discovered God and says, I'll help the home educating families get their children to experience the Creator in this extraordinary way. But he gets the parent involved. Parent involvement, this book, next one, it goes all the way. Science through history type of thing. So it's history and science and everything. Or you're busy with this book and your child is really interested in astronomy. Just the sparks go off. He's really excited. He wants to go outside and look at the stars. He wants to da. And so then you go, oh, it just happens to be here. Huh, fancy that. So you go and you get a book on astronomy. But now this particular child loves doing workbook related things. So now you get the thing. Okay, these are things. Now you get the thing, which is the workbook, which the child can work in. And now this child needs this to study this astronomy thing and to do his book. He needs it. It's an interest, and he's going to come back into the family and share what he's discovering about astronomy. It's like a little independent thing, training them towards adult life. That, to me, is how these books are not meant to be used. And if he never finishes the book and he only gets halfway through reading the book because now suddenly we're interested in something else, does it matter? Oh, but you've got to teach me to finish what they started, and they've got to be conscientious. Yes, with maths and language. These are interest books. When you pick up a gardening book because you want to see how you can possibly create a garden in Namibia, I'm not quite sure how that happens, but you've got to get a book on cactus, maybe. All right? And you read bits of it, of what interests you out of it, out of your cactus book. And you get a couple of cactus and you see you shouldn't water them so much because that's why they're cactus, because they're good, they're big fat things and they hold all their water in, so on, so on, so on. You learn what you need to learn, that's it. Did you fill in a workbook? And did you make sure you finished the book to the last page? You got from it what was of value to you for that thing, correct? Now, I don't see that you need to have your children finishing all these workbooks. Because when you were in school and you did all those workbooks, today they're not helping you in your home education necessarily. The knowledge you got from those, it's all gone. Majority of it's gone. And guess what? You weren't taught about how to do technology in school. Didn't even exist. There wasn't a computer. And now you're an adult and you have to learn how to use computers. So how did that schooling help you? What helped you is your family life, what your mother taught you, what your father taught you, what your grandfather taught you. John mentioned something other last night about his father teaching his son something. I don't remember what the topic was. The grandparents teaching the children. Those are the things that you take into your adult life, the holidays you went on, the experiences you had. Maybe some of your friends from school, they've come and gone. Maybe you still have some of those friends. Maybe you moved to Namibia and you don't know where those friends are anymore. But you know where your brother and your sister are. Correct? So, those relationships in your home of brother and sister is what has to be nurtured and knitted together. And these are pure aids to assist the learning process. And this is another aid. Your child can't spell. So Andrew Pudawa, who was a violin teacher, puts together a spelling program for us. And now instead of mom sitting there drilling spelling in tears and upset and she can't spell, she doesn't know what to do because she's not a teacher and the child's not spelling. She's really worried because he can't spell. And how old is he? She's on the phone. She's crying. Her child can't spell. It's a real problem. How old is your child? Well, he's 6, but he is going to be 7. When he's older, you maybe can think about the fact that if his spelling's a problem, you need to maybe address it. And you don't have to worry about it, Mom, because a tool has been given. Put the CD in, let them listen to it. They read the 10 words, write them out on their card, done their spelling for the day. Okay, that's it. I'll go make crumpets while you do your spelling. And they just do it routinely every day, an aid, assistance. But you might have a child like ours who today spells flower, F-L-U-W-R-E, whichever one letters happen to come out to her head at the time, and you don't know whether this is flower as in buy some white flour at the shop, or flowers as in get some flowers for her home. You don't know which one it is. You've got to try and, interpret this. And that's how she still spells today, and she's 26 years old, and she did this. So this isn't a cure-all. She has a very unique, creative way of spelling. And she has no hindrance with literature. And she has no hindrance with writing. She's authored 3 or 4 books. And they were written in her style and converted into language that the rest of people speaking English understand. Because we got this program that does that. If she could spell in all those different ways, her creativity would be caught up with, this is how I spell this word, this is how I spell this word, this is how I spell this word, and now they're trying to form a sentence and spell, and she just writes. Nothing in her way. But we put her through this just in case it was going to help her, and it did help her while she was doing it. When she stopped doing it, it stopped helping her. So she can't keep doing this for the rest of her life. But we tried. Okay, so again, it's a tool. That's all it is. It's a tool to help you to keep your focus on what's important. These stories you read aloud to your children, they help you to keep your focus. This better late than early helps you not to get your child to be sitting all day trying to spell when he's 6, because he's going to be 7 and he has to spell. This helps you to remind you that actually that's not what God intended. Takes you back to God's intended purpose.